spamming flimsy teep kicks with absolutely no sting on them. I don't give a fuck if you land 100 of those. I'm counting Paulo Costa's big body punch as much as 15 of those flimsy teep kicks. Clown, man. Clown, man. Dude, Sean Strickland, I like Sean Strickland. This was more boring than his past performances. I'm not going to say he has the most boring style in the sport because his fight with Cannonier was better than this. All right? His fight with Imavov was better than this. His fight with Abus Magomedov is good. His fight with Adesanya was boring as fuck, but at least it was a title fight. And his fight with Dricus was fun. Last night's fight fucking sucked. And part of it was because of his striking, dude. Casual coming out party, man. Dude, listen, it's actually so cringy how people are just acting like Sean Strickland was not in any way at fault for that. You know? The bias is crazy. The bias is crazy because, like, I'm a fan of Sean Strickland, but I'm not afraid to call out, like, you know, a boring performance. I'm not afraid to call it out. Paulo Costa stood his ground every now and then. Actually, dude, Paulo Costa threw more significant strikes with sting on them than Sean Strickland last night. The guy that was backing up threw more significant strikes with sting on them, sitting down, standing his ground in multiple moments of that fight. And Sean Strickland's just... flimsy teep kicks. It absolutely sucked. You're 100% right. Strickland sucked. Listen, you can be a fan of Strickland. You can also blame Paulo Costa for him backing up, but I don't see enough people holding Sean Strickland accountable for that fight fucking sucking. All right? I don't see enough people holding him accountable as well. Costa was backing up. What do you expect? Strickland was trying to go to war. Strickland is a 90% defense fighter. 95% of his strikes are flimsy teep kicks. Not a regular teep kick, not a push kick, not dig into the body. Flimsy-ass teep kicks, spamming them. So every time Paulo Costa can even think about getting in range, Strickland is pushing him back, right? You're trying to get into range, you're trying to stand your ground. Here's a flimsy teep kick. Here's a flimsy teep kick. Is there anything behind it? Yeah, a flimsy jab. That's not even meant to land. He's just kind of... Dude, I'm sorry, but Sean Strickland, every time he would actually move forward and throw with serious intention, would land. He had Paulo Costa shelling up. He had moments where he was ripping up Paulo Costa against the fence. Whenever he would attempt to actually put sting on a shot, he would land. Unfortunately, that was only 5% of his strikes. I'm sorry, guys, but it's not that Sean Strickland didn't win the fight. It's that he could have done way better. And I think that it's not as simple as Costa was backing up. It's not as simple as that. I know Costa should have moved forward a little bit more. I agree, but it's not the only reason that fight fucking sucked. Right? Man. Dude. Listen, I know you guys don't understand that you know, you can critique a fighter that you like. But I guess in this chat, everyone thinks that you have to be completely biased. If you like a fighter, you can never critique their performance. I don't care if Sean Strickland's one of the most entertaining personalities in the sport. I don't care. I'll critique his performance, especially when no one else is doing it. No one else is really doing it. They're all critiquing Costa. So I'm going to be the one to also critique both. All right? Again, Costa's never had a boring fight in his entire career. Not one. Never had a boring fight. Sean Strickland just gave him his first. Man. Bro. I just don't like this, bro. You're like, you know, this is not the popular take. You're supposed to glaze Strickland, dude. Stop. Man. Fuck you. All right. I think Costa at least offered more offense, to be honest. Bro, when it came to real offense with substance, real significant strikes, I'm not the only one that noticed this. It seems like people are fucking blind. I don't care if Sean Strickland threw 50 more strikes per round when 49 of them were flimsy teep kicks. This is the impact. This is the impact of a flimsy teep kick. That's the impact of Sean Strickland's teep kicks. Whoa, he landed 50 of those. I don't give a fuck. Oh my God. Dude, I gotta smash my head against the wall to get this. I gotta knock some sense into these MMA fans, man. And listen, I'm a fan of Strickland. I talked to him last night. I talked to Sean last night and I said, hey, man, you get a great performance. Good performance, guy. But it was tough to watch. And Strickland said, I know. I was only throwing these flimsy teep kicks. And I was like, yeah. So, yeah. Is the flimsy teep in the the flimsy teep in the room? What are you talking about, dude? Thank you for the $2. Yeah, it's like holding me hostage, right? Thank you for the $2. I love the Volkanovski call out of Dustin Poirier. I love it. I'd much rather see Volk fight another older guy like him instead of the rapidly improving 27-year-old Ilia Topuria that has a granite chin that is, fresh at 145. Volkanovski cutting down to fight the same guy that just KO'd him. I don't like it, especially when Dustin Poirier, he doesn't have the best grappling in the world. And I think Volkanovski could mix it up and take him down. Yeah. The flimsiest front kicks I've ever seen in my entire life. We clown Yuri Prohaska for his flimsy kicks. Sean Strickland's kicks last night had 50% less sting on them than his kicks in his last fight, than his kicks in the fight before that. The flimsiest teeps I've ever seen. Last night, I don't know what happened. It looked like Sean Strickland had lost 50% of his power, and he's not a powerful guy, so that's what we got. Those are hard front kicks. They're not. They're not hard front kicks. This is the impact of a front kick from Sean Strickland. This was the impact. Hard front kicks. That's the culture we're in. MMA fans love Sean Strickland's political beliefs. Me too. And personally, and personality. So any criticism of him is shameful. Brainless fools. That's the thing. People can't separate liking a fighter and also just admitting when their performance sucks. Okay? I like Sean Strickland. His performance was boring as fuck. How is it so hard to understand? You can walk forward and also be boring. Have you never seen someone march someone down and hardly throw? Either way, you guys get my point. Dude. They call me the janitor because I clean up shop. They call me the janitor because I clean up shop. I went 10-2 last night, which is pretty good. But they're starting to call me the realist because I'm keeping it real on this shit. Shout out to Bedtime MMA. He set the record straight as well. I want to shout out Bedtime as well. Shout out Bedtime as MMA for, basically saying the same shit. Real recognize real, man. Lucas, you're persuading nobody. If I can't persuade you on this, then I'm sorry. You have the blindfolds of delusion. I'm not saying that Paulo Costa wasn't at fault for making this boring as well. What I am saying is you cannot sit here and tell me that 25 flimsy teep kicks to the body and 10 jabs at a WMMA range, shadow boxing range, and 3 real punches is entertaining. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. And you also can't tell me that Sean Strickland was really trying to commit to his strikes. Absolutely fucking not. You can literally just see him walking into range, throwing strikes at shadow boxing range, and every now and then he actually lets go a combination with sting on it. He lands, Costa shells up, and Sean Strickland gets back to flimsy teeps. He's got Costa up against the fence. He lands a hard hook. He counters with a good shot. And nothing else comes. Back to the flimsy teep kicks. The last 10 seconds. When Sean Strickland, the last 10 seconds of the fight, throws a flying front kick to the face, damn near knocks Paulo Costa down, lights him up a little bit. Where was 10? I don't want that energy the whole fight because you'd gas out, but where was 10% of that? Just 10% of that. Just 10% of that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, you got my point. Straight up, dude. Straight up. Let's go. Let's go. Jump scare. Let's go. We're winning the war. We're winning the war. We're winning the war, baby. I'm convincing the masses. All right? Straight up. 100%. All right? Alex Morano versus Nico Price was fight of the night. Let's be real. Nico Price just became a living legend last night. We had the Blob moment earlier this year in the first quarter where Shamil the Blob became a legend. Nico Price is now the second funniest fighter in the UFC after last night. I love Nico Price. He's in my top 5 right now. Volk, Nico Price, and Shamil the Blob Gaziev. Now, when you're cooking, you're cooking. Yeah, thank you for the $2 the fam got. I'm telling you, man. Hey, bring the heat. Bring the heat. Remember Volkanovski saying, Max, bring the heat. We're cooking now. Straight up. Tard, man. You're L, bro. You're L, bro. Okay. Dead fight, but 90% cost his fight. This ain't track. Bro, Sean Strickland, whenever he would actually throw anything with sting on it, would land easily and wouldn't get countered and wouldn't get punished for it. What do you guys not understand about the fact that just because you're pressing the action doesn't mean that you're committing to strikes either? Sean Strickland's strikes were flimsy teep kicks to push Costa away to get him out of range. That was his game plan, and it sucked to watch. And Costa, I swear, bro, I was complaining about this on my live stream. I was saying, dude, what is Costa doing? He's giving Strickland way too much respect. This dude doesn't have any power. He doesn't have pop. Whenever Costa would hold his ground, he would do well. And he started doing that a lot more as the fight progressed. I swear Costa was landing more significant strikes. It's just that the total strikes were totally in favor of Sean Strickland, and the significant strikes were close because, of course, Costa would throw more, but Strickland lands every single one of his. And that's the annoying part. Sean Strickland's efficient with every significant strike that he throws. He'll land it, but he hardly throws them. And then in the last 10 seconds, it's like there's a magnet attached to Paulo Costa where Strickland lands at will. He can land whenever the fuck he wants, but he just doesn't throw anything on his punches. And it, straight up. Stop missing donuts. You're coping, seething bum. Here's $10. Okay. Thank you for the $10. I wasn't missing that one. I'm moving up. We're moving up to the next one. Thank you for the $10. Favis. At this point, Strickland and Adesanya are just showing up and saving for their after retirement career with minimal CTE. Listen, I respect the fighter for going in there and like doing whatever it takes to win. Like I used to say this before I had a YouTube channel when I was making MMA content on TikTok. I used to say, I hate Adesanya's style sometimes, but I respect the fact that he goes out there and gets the win by any means necessary, even if he has to make a fight a little bit boring. He's just going to keep showing up, getting his win money, and that's fine. I respect it. He wants to make a living. He wants to remain champ. It's good for his career. It's good for him. But, I don't have to absolutely love every single one of these performances. And it is good. Minimal CTE for Sean Strickland. He hardly gets hit. They've done studies at Extreme Couture, and I've been a part of these studies where they hook up headgear and it basically calculates how often you get hit. Sean Strickland was the least hit guy in the Extreme Couture gym during these studies. He doesn't take a lot of damage. I got hit quite a bit. I got hit quite a bit when I was in that study, guys.